When it comes to shelter setups, endless possibilities. Today we're going to look at how to use a tree and a stick and a tarp and get comfortable for the night. Step one, just find a forked tree. I mean, literally that easy. All kidding aside though, you want your fork not to be too high. This is going to be the front setup of your shelter. Think of a plow point shelter, just slightly modified. You're not going to need any ridge lines or anything like that, but we need this to keep up the front of our shelter. And then we're going to need this, a big long stick, way longer than your tarp. So I mean, this is probably going to require you to cut some tree or something down. But yeah, you're going to need a nice long stick. And then literally just put the stick into the tree. I know this sounds silly, but here's the thing. This is a really nice shelter setup that you can utilize all the time when you're out in the woods camping. And the way your tarp lays on here, it makes it great. Let me show you now the rest of it and how it's gonna fall into place. All right, so I might have lied just a little bit. You're gonna need just a little bit of cordage, but it's not that huge of a deal. So however you think this is gonna work best for you, go ahead and do it. I don't wanna say there's a specific way that you need to tie this up, but what you do wanna do is probably just, you saw I took my saw and cut a small little notch here. It's gonna help just hold our rope in place a little bit better when we tie it off. And that way you're not gonna get any slipping initially when you're tying this thing. All right, so at this point now we have some really cool stuff happening with this shelter. Of course, big open on the inside, okay? And you have these flaps down to the front. So you can always crawl inside here and close this off. This is gonna give you a nice semi-diamond type configuration that is gonna keep you more closed in than any other way, okay? You can always take one of these sides and you can flip it back and go in this way. You can still peg out that side. So now you have like a 3/4 diamond type configuration that you can sleep under, or you can open up both of these sides and then you have yourselves yet another configuration this way. So just this opening itself across that pole gives you multiple ways that you can configure the front but still have that opening inside. So utilizing this tree and utilizing a long pole, you can set up different shelter configurations to fit your needs. And this one specifically, a ton of different options. Now, one question a lot of people are probably gonna ask is about that back end being open. Now you can adjust that, and if you had a larger tarp, this is an 8x8. If you had a 9x9 tarp, it would definitely reach down to the ground there. But in a summertime environment, you're gonna get a nice cool breeze through there. You're gonna be able to keep the rain out, and you're gonna be nice and comfortable and dry inside, and that's really what it comes down to. In the wintertime, this might not be the perfect shelter setup, so just go with one of the other ones we talk about on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video, another shelter setup, another tool for the toolbox. So I hope you really enjoyed it. Definitely give this one a shot, even if it's just to set it up to see how it works for you with your equipment. And then you can decide if you're gonna use it or lose it. So this was Dan Wowak of Coalcracker Bushcraft. As always, check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com. And until the next video, stay in the woods.